So a conservative Mormon wants to see Democrats get on with the agenda of feeding people. That's a good thing, but is a little worried about Joe Biden taxing her church. Really? Check it out. Leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel.
Hi, Thom Hartmann. I listen to your show. I was a Democrat, but I'm now independent. I live in Salt Lake. I am LDS, and I was listening to your show today, and I really think that we should work on getting people back to work and giving them unemployment checks or something, because these people are becoming homeless at an astonishing rate. They're losing their cars. It's horrific, and it saddens my heart that this is happening.
That's the legislation that the Democrats are going to drop in the House and the Senate, I believe, next Monday, and I think they're planning on having a vote by the end of the week.
These people, a car payment is due on the 1st. Your rent is due on the 1st. It doesn't care whether somebody wrote something for the 15th or the 20th. It's due on the 1st. And if this isn't
and March 1st. And March 1st is the day that the long-term unemployment benefits that were extended in, I think it was November, just before the election, in fact. I think that was when they finally got that extension, because they were supposed to expire at the end of the year. And then they extended it until March 1st.
I agree with what Biden's doing.
I think they're going to get that done, Heather.
I really don't like the guy, but I agree with what he's doing. I think we need to do something about the greenhouse
emissions. You're talking about Biden?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you were saying. Forgive my interruption.
I'm sorry. I'm talking too fast. I lived in the Northeast, and my voice just goes everywhere.
No, it's good, Heather. You were saying you don't like the guy, but you think we need to do something about greenhouse emissions. And I didn't know if you were talking about like your Senator
Biden. No, I don't. I think he's going to take my religious freedoms away.
And what religious freedom would that be?
I'm LDS, Latter-day Saint, a Mormon.
Right. So how does Biden take away your religious freedom?
Because he wants to he probably wants to tax churches. He wants to tax everybody.
I've never heard him say that. He's Catholic. I mean, he's fanatically Catholic. I know he's Catholic. I've never heard him say that.
He and his wife are Catholic. I know that.
Right. Right.
And so, but anyway,
but see, if the LDS Church, Heather,
people harassing me, think somebody hacked my account. They didn't hack my account. I am just conservative now. I'm not Democrat anymore, and they think
I get it, Heather. If the churches were to be taxed, if churches were to lose, and I think the LDS Church would probably be at the back of the line on this. I think your televangelists, your Protestant televangelists, and your Protestant evangelical churches would probably be the ones who have violated the law in that they are actively advocating politics from the pulpit, and therefore would lose their tax-exempt status if I had my way. Now, Joe Biden, to the best of my knowledge, has not mentioned this, but all a church has to do to not pay any taxes at all, even if they're no longer tax-exempt, is not show a profit at the end of the year. And the way they do that is by taking whatever surplus money they have and doing what Jesus said, giving it to the poor.
Russell M. Nelson, which is our prophet, the church has a lot of money, but the money is used and was gained by people like me who tithe. I tithe 10%, and it's used to build temples and chapels, and it's used to help people who are homeless and destitute.
And even if there's no tax exemption, the church doesn't have to pay taxes on any of that money. As long as it's not sitting on piles of cash, as long as it's not sitting on money. But I think we've digressed here considerably, Heather. And I just, to the best of my knowledge, Joe Biden, the Democratic Party, nobody in the, I talked about this a couple days ago that I think churches should be taxed. But, my opinion is an extreme minority. So I don't think you have to worry about Joe Biden and the LDS Church. But Heather, thank you for your calls. I agree with you. We should be feeding people. We should be providing people with health care. We should be providing people with free education. And many of those